Hi. How are you? How was your week? It was a pretty good week. We had pretty good weather. We had a lot of kids at camp. We had a pretty good week. We were talking, Kenny and I, about are we doing enough to help other people? When we went through what we've been going through, we had so many people that would help us. People in the hospital, the people in the funeral home, people who came, the people who are still friends with us and still around, church members, family, best friends and good friends. But since all of that, there's been so many other things that other people are going through. And one of the things was we had a funeral here, and they had the repast here. And at first I didn't want to necessarily, it's not that I didn't want to help, it was that I wasn't putting the emphasis on it, the importance on it. And then it occurred to me, this is what people did for us. We need to be like that. We need to be those people that helped us. So, Kenny and I started talking about it, and he came up with some questions that we needed to ask ourselves. Are we missing the signs to help other people? Are we so involved in our own issues that we don't see other people hurting? Are we listening? Can we learn to listen better? And when someone says, I'm okay, are they really? Can we put our hurt aside to help others? And you know what? I don't want to be the person who says, nope, I have it worse, so I'm not going to help. I don't want to be that person. And sometimes if I don't think, I become that person. I need to think. I need to remember what other people have done for us. I looked it up in the Bible, because that's what I do, about listening to other people. Philippians chapter 2, verses 1 through 3 says, does your life in Christ give you strength? Does his love comfort you? Do we share together in the Spirit? Do you have mercy and kindness? If so, make me very happy by having the same thoughts, sharing the same love, and having one mind and purpose. Be humble and give more honor to others than to yourselves. Listen. Hear what they're saying. James 1:19, my dear brothers, always be willing to listen and slow to speak. Proverbs 18:13, a person who answers without listening is foolish. And Proverbs 18:2, a foolish person does not want to understand anything. He only enjoys telling others what he thinks. Got to listen. Got to find out what's going on in other people's lives. You got to help them. Whatever you're going through. There's more about helping, but we all know we're supposed to help. We know this. So here's the thing. There is no one in this world who has not at some point gone through something horrendous. And that person needs somebody to be with them, to help them, to listen to them. And listen and then figure out what's the best thing to do to help them. Just listen. Make them food. Drive them somewhere. Go to the movies. Make them laugh. Take the garbage can in. Jesus said, treat others the way you want to be treated. That's the bottom line. And we were treated beautifully and lovingly and caring throughout this whole process. We need to remember to give back, to do it for other people. It's not an option to not do that. It's not something we can say, we're fine, or we have it worse. Can't do that. We need to listen to other people when they talk. And they have to listen between the lines, because they're going to say they're okay. If you say, are you okay? What you have to do is say, tell me what happened yesterday. Or, what are your plans for tomorrow? I have friends who say that to me. I think maybe when this world was created, the Father said to himself, I have to figure out how they can handle this, how they can get through rough times. And the only way to do that is with other people. The only way to do that is for people to be there for each other, whatever the circumstance and whatever you're going through, to be there for other people. You know, there were 10 rules that God came up with and gave to Moses. And people started thinking more about the wording of the rules than what the actual rules, how they would impact people. I don't know if this makes sense. And God saw that the people were not understanding what he was talking about. So he sent his son to become a human, because humans think much more simply than anybody else. And Jesus came and grew up and said, listen, it's simple. It comes down to treat other people the way you want to be treated. Do you want other people to attack you? No. Do you want them to help you? Yes. Do you want to be there for them so they can be there for you? Yes. You don't know what somebody's going through, but you can look at someone's face and see if they're going through a good day or a bad day. You can listen. Sometimes that's enough. And sometimes you go a little further. But please know, even though you're going through something yourself, so is everybody else. So maybe we need to think about that as we go through the day. I know we get caught up in our jobs and the stuff going on at home. But maybe open up my mind a little bit so I can be there for someone else. There's a song going on TikTok, going around, that a lot of people have heard, and I like this song a lot. And normally, I don't know the people who they sing these kind of songs, but this guy's name is Jelly Roll, and it's an amazing song. I am not okay. I'm barely getting by. I'm losing track of days and losing sleep at night. I'm not okay. I'm hanging on the rails. So if I say I'm fine, just know I learned to hide it well. I know I can't be the only one who's holding on for dear life. But God knows I know. When it's all said and done, I'm not okay, but it's all going to be all right. It's not okay, but we're all going to be all right. I woke up today, I almost stayed in bed, had the devil on my back and voices in my head. Some days it ain't all bad, some days it all gets worse. Some days, I swear, I'm better off laying in the dirt. I know I can't be the only one who's holding on for dear life, but God knows I know when it's all said and done, I'm not okay. But it's all going to be all right. It's not okay, but we're all going to be all right. I know one day we'll see the other side. The pain will wash away in a holy water tide, and we're all going to be all right. I'm not the only one feeling this way. I happen to know because people are telling me. And if there's something I can do, you call me, and I will do it. And if it's just for me to listen, when I see you, I'm going to try to remember to listen. And just show how much I love you. by trying to do what you need. And at the very least, to be the person that you can complain to and vent to and tell all about it. I'm going to try, because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what God taught me. That's what Jesus said. So please know I am so grateful to all of you, the ones who listen, the ones who click on this video, the ones who brought food. Please know I love all of you. And I love all of you who didn't do it, because you're right here. I don't know if this makes any sense. If it doesn't, you tell me. In the meantime, we'll be there for each other. I love you. I miss you a lot. But we'll be together soon. Have a good week.